Mr. President, Aiwan-e-Sadar from Le Figaro, which is a French daily. I would like to come back to what happened to Mrs. Benazir Bhutto. After, I've been told, in diplomatic circles, Western diplomatic circles here, that after the first terrorist attack in Karachi on the 18th of October, she had a phone conversation with you. I would like, number one, to know if it's true. Number two, I've been told that you would have, in this conversation, if it's true, proposed her the same kind of security that you have with special forces, I've been told, and that for some unknown reason she didn't accept it. Is it true or not?
No, not at all. At 18 October, frankly, I'm poor at remembering dates. I don't know. Yes, I did speak to her on telephone. I don't know whether it's the same date as you are saying. You're talking of before she came, return? After.
Did you talk to her? So maybe you can tell us what did you say when you talked to the telephone to her before she came?
Yeah.
And if you talked to her after she arrived and after this attack in Karachi?
Security concerns. Certainly was told to her. And this security concern before she came and went on that Karachi, when she arrived at Karachi and moved in a convoy, was told to us not only by our own intelligence, but a foreign intelligence. The foreign intelligence, a special envoy was sent by that country to me, and the person spoke to me directly that there is a very, very serious threat, and I am spending, because of the confidentiality, I am sending you a letter. And I got that letter, and I conveyed this to her, that there is a threat, and please take measures, don't do anything which can lead to trouble. She ignored it. And therefore, whatever happened in Karachi, it was known. It was absolutely known. So therefore, she suffered. And we must know, there is a lot of, I keep reading your media, in the Western media, that there was no enough security, where was the police, where was this and where was that. The most dangerous, I have been to these public meetings, I go and I also risk myself. My security people are very unhappy with me because they keep telling me you take too many risks. I know when you enter, when you go to a meeting, the risk is not that great because people are all sitting, you are to be received, and there cannot be an individual, a suspicious individual there to attack you. But when you are coming out, that is the place where you have to be very careful and which one is a suspicious character, because people try to throng from all directions and no police can control them. There are thousands of people who swarm, who come, unless the police sorts baton charges and starts firing in the air to tell them not to come near. Nobody can do that. And that is exactly what happened here. Thousands of people, they just swarm around you. You have to be conscious yourself. Be fast, get into the car, and that is all. And you just go. So,
Mr. President, for the sake of history, Mr. President, can you tell us what was the content of your conversation with her, your last phone conversation with her, which I understand took place after this terrorist attack of the 18th of October?
Well, I don't exactly remember. I don't exactly, frankly, remember, but I did say that I did condone, and that was the first thing that I said. Very sorry about whatever happened. Look at the destruction, and I hope you are safe, and I'm very glad that you are safe. But however, I did warn her again that you must understand the environment. You are coming here after so many years. This Pakistan is a different Pakistan which you don't understand. Please understand the environment and the threat environment that we are living in. This is, I'm sure, what I said. Other than that, maybe.
Right, it will be rather unfair on my part if I take all the questions from this side of the house by ignoring this side. That side, please. That gentleman.
Mr.
President, thank you.
You're showing a little bit of a gender bias. Can we?
Okay, I'll take more females into it, don't worry.
I'm sorry, but sorry about my gender, but I'll continue for now. Mr. President, Andrew Buncombe from the Independent newspaper of London. You described yourself not only as a firm believer in democracy, but actually in the essence of democracy. Can you tell us why individuals such as Chief Justice Chowdhury, who was sacked after he apparently described your behaviour as undemocratic, and people like Aiwan-e-Sadar, who led a democratic campaign of lawyers against you, why those people remain under house arrest, and how their detention helps the transition to democracy, which is of course what we're talking about?
Yeah. In any case, one individual does not stop the process of transition of democracy. Transition to democracy, where there are 160 million people, one man doesn't affect that transition. That is the last part of the point. But however, let me talk about the Chief Justice. You have a constitution in the country and you have certain laws in the country, isn't it? And you follow that constitution and you follow those laws. And then there are certain expectations that a country has from people in position, like a president, a prime minister, a Chief Justice of Pakistan, the custodian of law of the land. You expect standard. I am sure you do in your country. And so also this poor developing country of Pakistan is also trying to establish those standards, which you have maybe taken centuries to establish. We are also doing that. Now, Chief Justice of Pakistan, 9 March 2007. What am I, as the President of Pakistan, what am I faced with? I am faced, since about at least 6 to 8 months before that, complaints about the Chief Justice of Pakistan, which are available now because they were moved in the reference. They are no more confidential. I will give you a copy. That is the reference that we filed. So it is all complaints about his own misconduct, about his own nepotism, about his own corruption, all this, and then his interference in the executive to an extent that making the government functionaries non-functional. Now, these complaints are coming continuously. Finally, they reach a stage where the Prime Minister thinks that a reference needs to be moved. What is in the Constitution of Pakistan? What can be done against a Chief Justice who is of this caliber that I've said? What would you do in your country to let it happen? He is the Chief Justice of Pakistan. He is the Chief Justice. Okay, I'm answering exactly what you are asking. So therefore, according to the Constitution of Pakistan, any judge against whom there is a complaint, you have a system, you can refer the thing to the Supreme Judicial Council. Written in the Constitution of Pakistan, the composition of the Supreme Judicial Council is also mentioned. The 3 senior most judges of the Supreme Court and the 2 senior most provincial High Court Chief Justices. And that is where I refer the reference to. Totally legal and constitutional. So therefore, I didn't do anything illegal or unconstitutional. But then I will cut the story short. Whatever happened was politicizing a totally legal and constitutional issue. That is what happened. And then we reached a stage where we came into presidential election, the 3rd stage of transition. And the presidential elections took place again according to the Constitution of Pakistan. And I get elected by 57% of the total parliament, which is the Senate, the National Assembly and 4 provincial assemblies. And again this Chief Justice, who was now in the meantime restored by not even a word of the reference against him, the complaints having been examined